we can still press charges. So, update. So today is 8/11, and it's 12:41 p.m. So again, so my mom's birthday is tomorrow, and I was told again that tomorrow she's going to be leaving with this gentleman and his ex-wife and her cousin. And and again, the whole thing is so that AA, as an entire situation, is going to pick up and move this stuff around. They're no longer going to be there, and this is all to protect this pedophile situation that's going on that I have. Like, I literally am trying to. Okay, so if I can't even get one prosecuted, I can't even get the DA here in Colorado or the police officers, and this is how lazy they are here in Colorado, to pick up a case with DNA, with my testimony. um I mean, I'm of sound mind, I'm perfectly fine, I'm sober, the whole 9 yards. If you can't pick up a case and prosecute a case like that because your DA and your community doesn't want to prosecute criminals, I should have known this beforehand. So I highly advise you not letting your kids go to college in Colorado, because if they got raped at the colleges, because again, this is a big thing. Like, we've all heard this throughout history, is that colleges are major places for rape. If Colorado has a low spectrum on the ratio of who's raped in their colleges, it is because they are in the same situation I am, and they're threatened as fuck to not come forward. And they are, I guess I've seen it once. I can't find it now on YouTube, but this is not the first time that's happened. Is that Colorado, at some point since I don't know, 1999, between 1999 and present day, had a rally downtown Denver. Now, hold on. So let me explain this. So when I was a kid in Colorado, you could smoke marijuana on 420 on the Capitol grounds. So they have these rallies. They've done these rallies. They've done these things. And I never. I mean, I still did this even once the marijuana law passed. I never really heard too much about it on TV, even as a kid. And the only reason I heard about it was because I had a stepsister who actually brought me down there when I was like 12. So there was no age law. There was no nothing. Like, as long as you were on the property of the state capitol, you could smoke marijuana on 420 only. So they have these rallies. So they have, like, even now they still have these other rallies, but they had this No Snitch campaign rally. And I truly, wholeheartedly believe that a lot of the nonprofits here are the people who are helping these rapists get away with it, because I have had no luck. And then they refuse to let me go to any of the groups, which is very interesting. So what's funny is that because I'm told that somebody else is going to take my story, I'm not newsworthy, but my story is newsworthy. All the way down to, I think I said this the last time, that my kids are being raped in Sturgis and raped here in Colorado. And but we're not supposed to come forward because somebody else is going to take our story, and we're just supposed to be. We weren't the ones who were supposed to. Well, then you should have raped the ones that are supposed to have the story, is the way I feel about it. And that Hollywood is going to have something to do with preventing all of us from being able to do this too, which is why they, so the whole thing. So ripped from the headlines. So when you see Law and Order SVU and it says it's ripped from the headlines, or any of the Law and Orders, you might want to fact check. Make sure you can get that case number. They should probably put that case number just so people can start looking at it, because that case number is crucial to, like, actually whether it was actually a crime that was prosecuted or a crime that went it's like a threat to that victim. Don't come forward. We know your story. So that's the way I'm starting to feel about it. So I'm kind of getting frustrated. So I'm actually considering reaching out to the actors on that particular TV show, because I'm getting really frustrated. I feel like, one, they provided a bunch of false hope that there's actually cops out there who do something. One, two, that they're portraying the wrong message to a lot of people, and I don't care. I know that it's TV, but it's still the idea that I lived my life prior to moving out here and, like, being in this twilight zone, that people went to jail. Like, when you went and you I mean, I've even had it. Like, I've even had it so that when I was in a domestic situation, the cop took him out of the house and put him in jail, and he had to go to court. We had to go to court. And if I was in the sound mind at the time, I would have pressed charges. And even here, like, I feel like I had called the police another time, and for some reason, they had messed with my head so much that I was not actually able to go to the court. And and there's other times that I've had court, and I feel like my GPS one time was messed up, and I couldn't find the courthouse, but I'm not familiar with the area, so I had no idea where I was even going. To And what's funny is that what I had gotten pulled over here, the GPS was telling me 500 feet, 500 feet, 500 feet, and it was still about 2,000 feet from where I needed to turn, if not more than that. I mean, but it kept telling me 500 feet. So I was slowing down. It was snowing. And then when I went to court, the cop told me that it wasn't snowing that day. If I would have known that they were going to say that, then I would have Google mapped it and done whatever I needed to do. I'm thinking about it now. I should have grabbed I need to grab the police footage, because it should show that it's snowing. In fact, it should have been recorded in whatever the log was for the whole entire day, or like once it started snowing, I'm sure. I'm not really sure how all that works, but I guess that goes to that false sense of security that the cops actually do something and don't specifically target victims. So, I mean, all those criminals complained. I mean, I've heard my whole life that criminals complain that their cops target them. And the reality of it is that being the victim, they target the victim, because I've had so many instances as of recently where, like, I call in and I've heard like chit chat in the background, wondering if I even called the police department, but that's the number that says on Google that that's the police department. I mean, I'm telling you now, there's just something really wrong with what's going on here. And you'd even talk to the rape advocates, and those rape advocates, they'll tell you, you can't really get a sexually transmitted disease because it has to be, it's blood to blood, basically. So, if I can catch a cold by touching a handrail, then I'm pretty sure that I can get something having sex too. I mean, there's a lot of intimacy going on there, but this is what the rape advocate says, or not the rape advocate, the therapist, the license. So not only is she licensed by the law to be a therapist, but she's licensed by the law to, she has this nonprofit license where she's supposed to be doing good and not doing stupid shit. So I guess I'm confused. Like I said, I can't wait to go and start trying to volunteer there. I did talk to a rape advocate for a different town that I was raped in, by the same person I already have the DNA on. So I'm hoping that I can go and file it there. It's the matter of, I guess, the judge or the DA and getting it done, because this is getting really frustrating. I don't think anybody but rich people can actually report rapes. Why? Because they could make up these lawsuits or whatever, and nobody actually has to go to jail because we're not paying attention. But I'm going to pay attention, and I want him in jail. I want to be able to see that he's in jail. So I just think the whole thing's funny. And then I got to go back to the other town and report another one. And I know this sounds crazy, but when they say victim for life, it's not because you're a victim, because it's written all over your head. It's because those criminals, they know criminals who know criminals. So they know what's going on, and they make you the victim for life. It has nothing to do with it being how you carry yourself or with anything else. It has to do with the fact that they just know who you are. So for all of you victims out there, good luck. Because I promise you, if you're in Colorado, these police don't give a fuck. They don't. In fact, I've heard a lot of rumors that the police are the ones sex trafficking. So even in Guilford, New Hampshire, good luck.